Suckers for the romance, take you to the homeland. One way, she ain't coming back.
Ain't
No,
for
all I see
everybody.
is men without a woman. No, woman to woman, I just wanna see you know. Tell me what's up. Men without a woman. No, woman to woman, I just wanna see you know.
Cameras roll.
Yes, I'm recording you in the rain. In the rain. Under the lights. At the W South Beach. South Beach? Okay.
Hey, my light beams, welcome to Planet Alasia, my personal utopia where I do what I want, share what I love, practice what I teach, and explore what inspires me. Born to be free, intentionally moving on my own axis, here you'll find beauty, self-reinvention, and expression guided by instinct, not algorithms. Please take what nourishes you and ignore what doesn't. No need to explain. It ain't for everybody. Now, obviously, I'm looking down because I have this typed out and I am beaming right now. I'm so excited because this is a day. First of all, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Firstly, that just popped in my head. So, I had to honor my G mama and my loved ones on that one. But hold on. I need a little water. I'm super excited because as you I'm sure can get a vibe from my other videos. I keep posting. I think I have 3 videos on my page that are public right now. I have plenty of others that I've posted and deleted, whatever. But I think I have 3 videos on my page right now that essentially say the same thing of like, oh, I'm finally going to start. I'm finally going to start. I'm finally going to start. But this time around, I'm like, no, like I'm really starting and I can't. I'm shocked myself. Like, it's a completely different vibe. It's a completely different energy. And I just wanted to get on here and share that. And hopefully you can hear me. I think the light is on. Yeah. So essentially, I am on here today because I am in a season of resetting. Like I said, I kept saying, oh, I'm starting again. I'm starting again. I'm starting again. But it didn't quite feel right. And like it felt close so many times. It felt so close that I could taste it. And I don't know, I just wasn't satisfied. I don't know if it was me trying to chase a version of perfectionism that doesn't exist, or if it was I was placing too much pressure on myself, or if I was afraid, if I was, overwhelmed, if I was carrying too much in my daily life or whatever, it could have been and probably was a combination of all those things. And for a long time, I've been kind of beating myself up about, I think I spoke about it in the very first video, where I was saying how I missed out on so many opportunities, so much life in general, not even just about this particular dream, but in so many different areas, just overthinking, being nervous, because I felt like at one point I was very, very self-assured and confident in myself. And I don't know what happened. Life just kind of happened. And coming out of it now, which, spoiler alert, I'm coming out of it now. I'm extremely, extremely, extremely grateful to have experienced that, even though it was very difficult. I made a lot of mistakes. Let me just, that, I kind of buried the lead there. I made a lot of mistakes, and like it didn't matter that I was trying so hard. I think me trying so hard is actually what caused a lot more of the problems. And anyway, I don't want to get too distracted, but essentially I'm saying that I'm here because I am finally ready to actually try again, and I feel my dreams like in my hands. I don't fully have a script for this particular video. I do have kind of like some talking points that I want to cover just real quick so I don't really lose my place. But yes, I'm in a season of resetting quietly on purpose. So that's exciting for me. And I already touched on the type of things that, threw me off before. And so moving forward, I'm not trying to chase an ideal of perfectionism. I've never been that type of person to try to chase, or no, like I like things to be done well, let me say that, but And I think in an effort to pursue a spirit of excellence, I have mistakenly and accidentally slipped into like the pursuit of perfectionism, and got lost in that because the only human who could ever be perfect was Jesus Christ, and that's one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to be a perfect human. And so, that didn't stop me from really trying to be whatever I deemed perfect in certain moments, as far as, how I showed up, and what type of plan I could build for myself when I know that I'm meant to just trust God and let him lead. And I'm so grateful to be fully giving him the reins back. um, because from my perspective, I definitely just wanted to be a good steward and help him do something very important in the world, because I have this understanding and this, what I would consider knowing, that God does not do anything in the world without partnering with human beings. And for a very long time, I've always felt like there has been something big that I'm supposed to contribute in. And that was another reason why I was so nervous and stressed, because having that feeling that, oh, you're meant to do something very big. And then I felt like I was not at all prepared, but running out of time. And I'm in a season right now where, or I've transitioned out of a season. I'm still kind of in the season where I'm just thinking differently in general for a lot of things. And so I'm choosing to move slower, listen more, especially primarily really to God's voice, and trusting that he has my back as he always has. And I'm really learning to trust my instincts again, which is incredible, because I feel like a lot of people have been talking about this lately. I feel like they've lost their spark in some way, shape, or form. And I completely understand. Like, as someone who, again, I really felt like I was supposed to do something big and grand. And there was a period of time in my life where I was like, I can barely make it through the day. You know what I'm saying? That was big and grand to me. And, you know, that's that is a blessing, honestly. Like, if you're having a really, really tough moment and all you can do is get through the day, like, that's a blessing in and of itself. Like, God carried you through that day. That is a blessing. So anyway, trusting my instincts again. And so I'm trying to do things with more intention, not rush the process, not try to control everything. That was a big thing that I don't know, just kind of fell into. As far as attention goes, I think for a long time I was really nervous to show up in general, especially because it's just most natural for me to just show up as myself, which is why my channel is called Planet Alasia. Because for a long time, I just never felt like people really got me. Like, I definitely have people in my life who are fantastic, who are just great, but I am very layered, which is a beautiful thing. I'm very grateful for it, but I think I, one, I was going to say I'm easily misunderstood. I wouldn't even say that. I think that sometimes just a lot of things just require way more context, especially online, which is another reason why I didn't want to create videos, because I'm like, I'm a lot, and you got to understand that to like get me, or even in everyday life, like to really get me. And that's everybody. I don't think I'm the exception to the rule with that. I feel like everyone as a human being is very complex. Like, God designed us to be very complex. And I think in the society that we live in right now, people don't really either have time or have interest in truly getting to know, all of the details. Or sometimes and I'm going to take responsibility for my mistakes. I was definitely just giving the worst of me in a lot of situations, because I was leading, let me just say, I was leading with my less than desirable qualities, because in my mind I was like, this is the real, this is the raw, this is me being authentic, this is me, like, take it or leave it. Like, dude, I'm going to show you my worst. Can you deal with it? And if you could deal with it, then we can rock with you experiencing my best. And I don't know where I learned that. It sounds like it's a trauma response. If I could, I don't have a certificate in anything, but anyway. I was leading with my wrong foot a lot of times, and sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally. Let's be very honest with that, because we're all human. We make mistakes. But because of all of that, I was really afraid to just show up, because I just like, I feel like I'm making mistakes left and right. So I really just don't want the attention, especially if it's something on a large scale like the internet, because people can be so mean, especially here. It's like, make, please make, listen, I just can't. I just can't. That's a different topic for a different day. But anyway, I am stepping away from overanalyzing. I am stepping away from, I don't even know exactly. I can't list exactly what I'm stepping away from, but I can say that I am stepping into myself again, and a deeper relationship with God, because I've always been seeking a relationship with God, but when I say deeper, I really truly mean more intimate, and that comes with me just being myself, because he cannot bless who we pretend to be. So I just got to give him who I am and just let it be that. And so because I'm getting way more comfortable doing that with God, I feel so much more comfortable within myself, and so much more bold, I guess, to come back on here and pursue my dreams again, try again. When I say try again, I never really tried for real because I was so nervous, but this time y'all gonna start seeing me. And I really don't have too much to say here again. I have a couple talking points. It's almost done, but one of the things I did want to make sure I got across is that this space is not about fixing or proving anything in particular. It's just about existing as I am. Like, I'm sure I'm going to make some mistakes. Again, I am human, but so are all you, anyone who's watching this. I just I just pray that you give me grace, and I pray that, you receive grace in your life as well. But I also know that, like, if God be for me, who could be against me? So I'm not here to prove anything. I'm just here to finally do what I feel like he's called me to do. And in large part, that's just me being myself. So that's what it's going to be. And then, I mean, we'll see what happens from here. So that's all that I have right now. And I will say that the talking points were pretty short, but the real star of this show, if you haven't figured it out already, is that intro. I have envisioned the intro for so long, and to see it actually come to fruition and flow so naturally into, like, I'm beaming clearly, flow so naturally into something that I had dreamed of, and in some ways different than I even expected, is very exciting. And so hope you like it, hope you love it here. If not, again, remember, you ain't got to tell me, you could just go. That's it, that's all. I'm just saying, don't be mean to me, because I ain't being mean to you. But anyway, all right, my light beams, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Until next time, remember to remain true to you and remain in the pursuit of more light, more love, and more life. Mwah. Thank you, God.